Let's talk for a minute. Why do we make art in the SCA? Seriously, why do we make art? I want you to think on that, especially those of you who don't do art. I want you to guess why we make art. And this is important because I think you'd be surprised how many people get this question wrong. And that's what we're going to do right here. We're going to talk about that question. I want to set the record straight. I have won awards for performing arts in the Bardic Arts. I hold a thistle in Bardic performance, specifically storytelling. My wife has been recognized for her illumination, and I have friends that have been awarded, or they have been heavily practicing in woodworking and metal casting. But yet, I'd say about 95% of what we do never gets entered in a competition. This box right here, I got an award for woodworking for this box. And yet it never entered a competition. Seriously, it's never been to one. I made this box as my lunch box. I'm not joking. I carried food in that for events where they weren't serving food. But why would I make this big gorgeous box and put wood stain on it and brass hinges and have my wife paint my badge on it if it's not for a competition? And that's because art isn't only about competition. If you want to art, if you want to paint, if you want to woodwork, if you want to mold or sculpt or sew, yes, all of those things could be entered into a competition. Make no mistake about it. I know plenty of laurels and other artistic ranks who'd love to welcome you into a competition circuit. But for most of us, it's not about being better or being the best or competing or getting judged or getting critiqued. It's about contributing to the community. It's about contributing to the SCA community. My wife's probably painted over 200 scrolls in her career. And most of them were never judged. They were never evaluated. She does it because she enjoys it. She gets serious enjoyment, serious emotional boost seeing some of these scrolls get handed over to recipients, and people look at them and they say they're beautiful and they hang them on their walls. That's why she paints. Why do I make this box? I wanted something that looked cool to put my food in. And then after it was built, I asked my wife if she could paint my badge on it, just so it's kind of a little mark that it was mine. And the end result looks awesome, don't you think? That's never going to be judged. That's never going to sit at a A&S table and have people critique it. But it's still contributing to the SCA when people see my campsite or my little refuge when I have my chair out. This adds to the ambiance. That's why I art in the SCA, because I want to contribute. I want to contribute to the general beauty of the society in my own way. And the cool thing about art is, for a lot of people, it gives back. I made this box, but I'm here to tell you I enjoyed the process of making it. I enjoyed learning about the joints and the cuts. These have names. It's not just a rounded cut. These aren't just feet. These aren't just joints. They have names. They have history. They have purpose. They have function. That's the type of thing that I'm fascinated about. Learning all of that, I was like, now I have to do it. Just because I'm all jonesed up. I've learned all this. Now I have to try it. I just have to. And I did. Art isn't about making the perfect piece and getting judged and getting a score. It can be, But that's not the only thing it can be. Art is about the learning process. And in the SCA specifically, learning is its own reward. It can bring its own enjoyment. And even if you never enter in an arts and sciences competition, even if you never get judged, even if you never get critiqued, even if you never, ever, ever ask someone else for their feedback, the act of painting that one scroll, of calligraphing that one word, of making that one box, of sculpting that one jar, of dipping that one candle, the act of learning how to do it, the act of learning why it was done, the act of learning when it was done, that helps make the SCA a little more beautiful. It helps make your life a little bit more interesting, more enriched. That's why we art. That's why we study the arts and sciences. Because it gives back, because it's fun for a lot of us. Now, is this an advertisement for you have to come do an arts and sciences thing with us? I'm not going to lie, we'd really like you to come join us if you haven't done anything in the arts and sciences, but at the end of the day, I'm not here to recruit. What I want to make sure is you're not sitting back looking at arts and sciences and saying, I don't want to do that because I don't want to enter a competition. Guess what? I do arts and sciences, and neither do I. So, that's our conversation for the day. Thank you for listening. I'll see you at the next event. Goodbye, and God bless.